We up? Are we up?
Yes, we're up. Please.
Oh, the dashboard is working. Okay, we up.
Why do I have other stuff? You gotta have my stuff at 8 is moist. Mine is. You need a double friend. Come on with 8.
All right, we streaming 5 out of 5. That's what it says. Let's go and set everything up so we can do this toast.
It just touched my mouth.
I know. Y'all like, brother, Tim, you late. Yeah, I'm late today. Gotta go to work. Gotta go to my adventure, but
It's like so it's just like so sweet.
the babies won't be there today, so it's gonna be, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be easy today because I gotta make a whole bunch of calls, but yeah, but I'm looking forward to it.
But what? You just made us eat disgusting fruit.
You ain't like the other yogurt?
I love the yogurt with that fruit.
The fruit was nasty?
I didn't like the pineapples. Ew.
No, that wasn't a pineapple.
What was it?
I think it was a mango. I ain't seen no pineapples in it.
That's disgusting. It's mango. I taste it.
No, it was just ice cold.
No, it just made me throw up.
Sasha, come on. Why are you so dramatic?
Why are you so dramatic? Dramatic. Go do your morning.
All right, so we're making sure everything is up and streaming. We are up on Facebook. I know for sure. I need to make sure that we are on YouTube before we get into what we need to get into. Glass is ready. Pictures ready. Hopefully your minds are ready.
Yeah, my mind's ready.
You think their minds ready, Jim?
Yes.
All right. It don't show we streaming on YouTube yet. But let's see what it say on the dashboard.
Look at my
It say we live on YouTube.
So
To win the merch giveaways that's going to be popping off in the next couple of days, you are going to have to tune in on gnjmedia.live, our YouTube channel. Tune in with us as we build and we do what we do. All right. So let me get started.
They can see my face clearly.
Right, but you need to go on and move, girl. About to do my show. All right. Let's get it. We up. We up. We streaming on all cylinders. Need to check one more place. Make sure everything is working. Hootsuite ain't caught up yet. Everything's caught up. Everything. Let's see. Make sure we caught up on YouTube. Get everything caught up. Let's go. Y'all ready? So family, I want to welcome y'all. Make sure you got your glass. Let's kick it. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. I didn't send out the black single. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Now grab your glass for some water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, lift, pour, then drink? Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Stretch. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, yeah, drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then drink. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. To stay healthy though. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Take a breath. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. You know what? Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink. Drink, drink, drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family, I'm going to send out this black signal. I erased it right before I sent it. I shouldn't have did that. I don't know what I was thinking. But I actually wasn't thinking. So, join us for the toast now on GNJmedia.live or listen in to the podcast at Spreaker. Nope, wrong one. There we go. It's Spreaker. Come on. Where you at? Come on. Sorry, fam, for the delay. Plus, this water is ice cold. I had it sitting out all night. Sitting outside all night. Boom. We are up and preparing for Kwanzaa. Lord have mercy. The year went so fast. Man. So let's go on. Well, it's not early morning, so I'm gonna send it out. I'm gonna send it out to the big list. Let's do that. Make sure. So let's go on. We're going to raise up our glass. We're going to toast these ancestors on this beautiful morning. Yesterday we had divine conversations. What I want to start doing is, if I get the permission of the community, is to stream on the days when we have Per Ankh and the divine conversations on the ones that's appropriate to stream, so that we can kind of kill two birds with one stone.
Who wanna kill a bird?
Also,
Me?
we have our Kwanzaa 365 contest starting. So those that are on the black signal, you will receive a text. If you opt in, you type in Kwanzaa 365 and send it to 25456. You send it to the black signal. You gotta wait for it to prompt you. Once it prompts you, you will be entered to the contest. You're going to have to answer a question. And the question is very simple. The question, if I recall, the question is, what is the organization that has been sponsoring Kwanzaa here in the Columbus community for like the last 15 years? No, and don't you tell nobody. But just answer the question, and once you answer the question, you will be entered into the drawing, and the winner will be able to receive some merch if you come to the Kwanzaa. Need to know about confirmation of that August. Oh, okay. Well, you need to wait till after.
You will get these creepy.
Let's confirm it.
No, he won't. No, give away this.
Let's confirm it. I need to.
Give away that thing is creepy.
I need to still talk. I gotta talk to some people, but we could go on. What's the celebration on August 29th? Repeat question. Huh? What is the organization that has been sponsoring Kwanzaa in Columbus for the last, I don't know how many years?
The last 60 years.
Don't answer it, Kwame. Stop hitting the keys.
Give away this.
So I need to finish the water so that we can do our toast. But this water is cold. I can't just do a straight shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the news that's been posted up on Gye-Nyame Journey timeline.
Oh, that's cold.
You just said it ain't cold. Let's see. All right. We have from USA Today. They have a title. It said, "Terrible time to be poor.
Ooh, yeah.
Cuts to SNAP benefits will hit 700,000 food insecure Americans." Man. What y'all think about that? Let's go and read a little bit of that while I sip on this water. You know I hope that ain't mess up the is it still Meg celebration. No, the Kwanzaa celebration. Not the MG. What's the MG celebration? What's up, Gina and Sasha? Brother Kwame sends his shots out to you. All right, this is coming from Portland, Oregon. Allison, and it's by, who wrote this article? Lindsay Chanel and Trevor Hughes. Elisa Holston likes to play a game where she imagines a life different from the one she's currently living. What in the hell?
Yeah, no, right?
What in the hell? USA Today? Nobody asked y'all. They switching my shit. Elisa Holton likes to play a game where she imagines a life different from the one she's currently living. What would it be like, she wonders, to never have to worry about money? She posed this question recently at a homeless camp where she lives in northeast Portland. Homeless camps. USA Today is fucking with me, y'all. USA Today is really, really trying to get on my nerves. Chatting with friends outside their tent about what it would be like to have an unlimited supply of cash. Certainly, they'd always be warm and clean and have a roof over their heads. They agreed, perhaps best of all, she recalled wistfully, she'd never be hungry. So, USA Today obviously wants me to cover some of the news that they got up. They don't want me to cover what we put up, but it's up there for you to see. I have to print it out so that we can have a deeper discussion about. But a terrible time to be poor. Cuts to SNAP benefits will hit over 700,000 food insecure Americans. Of course, there's a black woman on the cover of the article. And we doing so good in America, right? Yeah.
What? Yeah, no.
We don't need no reparations. That's what some people say. You never gonna get it. Some people never gonna get food. That don't stop them from still trying, right? Don't stop them from making the demands. It don't stop them. This is why the concept of the stubborn minority is very important, family. And we have to really understand that. It's the minority, the stubborn minority, that always gets their way. Always remember that. You know what I'm saying? They push through, they hang in, they battle for however long the battle takes. Eventually, they win. Also on the new, we have the latest newsletter out, the Cat newsletter. You know what I'm saying? It's on the timeline. You can get it. I had an opportunity to go to Natalie's. I went to Natalie's to listen to some live jazz. Eddie Barrett. Jay Gators was on the drums. I don't remember the other two brothers' name, but they all was excellent. It was a great night. I got a couple of shots of them up doing their thing. I love mastery. I also did an interview with Reverend Shock. Philippe Matthews, brother, broke it down. You are not netters, but you are not niggas, but netters. That's going to be one of his latest books, and he gave us a preview. But also, one of the most important pieces we had an opportunity to talk about was this concept called Umoja, where this brother has actually got a system working where he's able to help people to use the principle of Umoja to build up an economic foundation, right? We hang on to it and use it in thanks brother Kwame. He said interviews with Kava and Philip were the bomb. Really dynamite. Thank you, sir. But anyway, he breaks down Umoja, and this is the system that we've been using in Gye-Nyame. We're working on improving it. You'll see some of the techniques and some of the stuff used in the newsletter, as well as you see us talking about getting these e-courses together and how to make develop an economic base using the skills and stuff that we have. Also, I got his spiritualnomics up here, which is basically Umoja. You can check that out. Click the link. You go to it and you can check out the book. Real good information. Basically, he walks you through how to set it up for yourself. We got the Kwanzaa celebration going down December 26th through the 30th at the Martin Luther King Center. Doors open at 6 p.m. I don't know if there's still room for vendors, but if there is, you can click the link and you want to vend. There's a good opportunity for you to come, and then also come out and join the family. All right. Also, I got on here an app that I use. Start saving money automatically with Digit. This app actually has saved me several times because it automatically pulls money out. You know what I'm saying? Small amounts of money, and it builds up. And then when you need it, you just go back and get it. It's like having a savings outside of your other savings. It's the bomb. I would suggest that, check it out. You know what I'm saying? Pull it down. But if you have any questions about it, I'm here. You can go and comment. I'll let you know about it because I use it. I personally use it. And I tried most of it. Well, I ain't going to say most of the stuff. All the shit that I suggest, I use for myself. You know what I'm saying? We got some other news on here. Orlando Jones discusses race problems behind the scenes of American Gods and hit at a potential lawsuit For those that don't know, American Gods, I can't remember the dude's name. It's an excellent book, but a better book than American Gods by the same guy is a book called Nancy Boys, right? And it's about, basically the whole story is about all these old guys, American guys, about all these old guys warring, old guys warring against new guys. I mean, real good writing. I think it's Neil Gaiman or something like that. Real good story. But in there, one of the major characters is a man by the name of Mr. Nancy, who is Anansi, the spider deity, the keeper of stories. And Orlando Jones did a real good job of playing him, you know. Now, when I was reading the book, I didn't see Orlando Jones. I thought I saw the dude that played Iron Man's sidekick in Avengers. I saw him, but Orlando Jones got into that part, turned that shit out. Now, one of the reasons they pulled him out because they said Black America don't need to see an angry deity. So basically, they eliminated his part. They took him up out the rest of the movie, right? So, or the show. The show was the show was all right. You know, it wasn't as good as the book. Let me put it that way. Neil Gaiman did a real good job of structuring the book, putting the book together, and in the book of the war, they have the war, but there's another issue that lies deeper than the war. And the lead character gets to solve this mystery because the mystery is brewing the whole time up underneath because there's some questionable things going on. But as you start getting involved in the action, you start missing the clues, right? But at the end, he ties the whole book up to where the murder mystery or the mystery of what's going on is solved. And I don't know how well they're covering that because I only was able to sit through the first season of American Gods. And I think that's about as far back as but anyway, Orlando was basically removed from the show after doing an excellent job. I mean, many of y'all probably saw the little meme where he was on the slave ship giving a speech about anger gets shit done, right? You know what I'm saying? And then also there's two other black deities in there, Tahuti and I can't remember what the ancient god is. An ancient goddess, you know what I'm saying? But it's sort of like it's her superpower is she absorbs people into her vagina. It's crazy. You got to read the book. And the show was, me and one of my partners, we was going to sit down and we was going to watch it because I got him into the books. But I was looking forward to them possibly doing Nancy's Boys, which is actually a better book to me than American Gods. I'm just going to say that. It's hard drinking this cold water. But we about to do this toast and I'm going to get up out of here. Family, I want to thank those that took the time, that's taking the time to come out here and join us. I want to make sure. I'm just wondering why Hootsuite won't let me go back farther. Just don't make no sense. Because I know I got other news on here. I got other news on the timeline. But there's another way I could do it. But stay up on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline because we're trying to bring you news, stuff that we can discuss. Of course, we always gonna hit on those reparations. I had an article in here about Morgan Harper, and I don't know why it's not popping up. But go and check out that article, and follow this young woman's career because she's an example for what we're going to be able to do once we start developing the political know-how. We start developing a economic base and developing the people with the political skills to put them in place where they can help protect the small little bit of money that we're going to be able to raise outside of what we get in reparations, as well as be able to push for reparations. Family, we got a dynamic duo right there. You know what I'm saying? Developing an economic base, working the politics. Come on, family. Alright, so let's go and get done so I get to this adventure. So we gonna do the coconut water. I still gotta start the tea. I'm not really sure about putting it down the basement because I don't know what work they're gonna do down the basement. And so I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this tea. I still haven't got any word on that yet. But family, as we gather here in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. That's what I'm talking about, anime. This is a Heart of a Simple production. Of course, this is the Daily Toast. Where we strive. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose. Call that Creator. We call that Creator. We call on that Creator. And we call for those blessings to come pouring down, right? We lift up our glass and we salute that Creator. And we say, Ashe. I hope I put in there by whatever name you choose. From there, we move to our list of our ancestors. And we raise up our glass and we salute our ancestors. And we go through the list. We start with Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Tex, Andy Davis, Herman Brown, Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Chris Pendergast, and Angelina, Chris Fiend, Cleveland, Judy Brown, Marco Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, About Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twigs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Giamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Pilar, Montague Pittman, El Normal X, Pet Mine, Robin Lee Facor, Dr. Marianne Williams, Coach Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Algeny, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bro Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, for this Rose, Sterling, Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullen, Deluxe The Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, John Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Natalie Liberta Clark, Inez McCrae, Chris Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rennerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lewis Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Augusto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harry Asbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thorne, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammers, Gerald Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Renee Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Ward, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Adela Vester, May Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, Amatent Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Damon Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Ricker Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vinny Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Alice Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Man Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Denny Barneres, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, Depretis Hines, Lee Eugene Spratling, Cameron Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Edward Sr., Sam Edward Sr., Nayland Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensible, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Stratton, Frank Smith, Mother Brother, Michael Linder, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Art Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McCates, Spencer Sturgis, Shirley Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Triola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Hat Senior, Manny Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robin Nelson, Prince Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Capel Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath, Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Harris Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson. You got to wait till after I finish the toast, Gina. Erlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, and West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javan McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamiah Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lloyd Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Richard Oliver, Mazarin Cooper, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. On to the Black Book.
Dang it!
We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as I-Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damon Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Michelle McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Meckins, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, shouts out to CeeLo, see you out there. Leonard Jones, Shadi Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Fadia, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monga III, Tamara Downey, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Cassandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powell, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bolden, Trisilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Dusty Woods, Delara Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Morrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow. We raise our glass to all of our ancestors and we say, Ashe. Thank you very much. From there, we move on. Family, from all of our ancestors that have laid the foundation upon which we stand right now, who have provided us with space and time to do what we need to do. We move to the present moment. We raise our glass to this present moment, and right now we are on Umoja. So I want to give all of the Umoja babies a round of applause. You got a few Umoja babies out there. Raise the glass. We are in Umoja, right? Today is Umoja. Now, what's going to happen is that you're going to hear us doing two principles as we move into Kwanzaa. The way the cycle is set up, the days line up every 7 years. The days line up every 7 years. Okay? So, right now, we're going to move. We're on Umoja today. We'll be on Kuji Chagalia tomorrow. Then we'll be on Ujima. Then we'll be on Ujama. But for Kwanzaa, it will be Umoja. So we still going to be on Ujima Day, but we're going to be on the day of Umoja for Kwanzaa. Okay, so I don't want nobody to get confused. All right, so now, getting back to the now. In this now, right now, is where all of our power lies, right? We have the ability to affect the future by harnessing the power from the past. So we recognize this moment. We recognize the power in this moment, and we will utilize the power in this moment so that we can carve out the time and space for our future generations. If we do not handle our business in this now, we give away our children's future. And that's not yours to give away. This belongs to our bloodline. This belongs to us as a collective. So we have to do the work. So we raise our glass and we salute this present moment, knowing that this moment depends on you and me doing what we need to do. We raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. And we toast them because we plan for them to always be here. Because we come back through our bloodlines, right? So we want to make sure that we leave the world better than what we found it, so that when we come back, we can take it to a whole nother level, right? And we can depend on our children to take it to a whole nother level. We raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? From there, we move to all of our relations and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, family, we move to this selfish toast. This is for you. What is it that you need right now to move towards your higher self? We raise our glass and we say
Ashe.
Thank you. Last but not least, we want to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most beautiful individual in the room. You know who that is? That's you. We toast you and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, we have done it again. We have done it again. Let me go on to... I'm running late, so I'm going to have to get up out of here. So, family, I want to give you a round of applause for joining us. Coconut water.
Ew, tastes so weird. Tomorrow.
Make sure y'all check out the interviews with Kaba, Elder Kaba Cabernet, and and Brother Philippe Matthews, and then also I'm planning another interview. I just got to catch the person and talk with them about it because they got a lot of information that I think will do you some good. But family, I want to thank you for joining us here on the journey, and we are out. Peace, family.